Now behold, in my trouble I have prepared. Now here's a message for you. In my trouble. You know, backsliding usually begins in prosperity and not in trouble. You know when David got in real trouble? I mean real trouble, spiritual trouble. It was when he didn't have any more other troubles. It's when God put away his enemies. He's walking around there on the rooftop in the cool of the day, looking around and surveying the landscape. That's when he got in bad trouble. Verse 14, now behold, in my trouble. That is, while he was fighting, and while he was warring, and while Saul was after him, and after he got back, while his family had risen up against him. Now behold, in my trouble, I have prepared for the house of the Lord. You fellows called to preach, you having trouble? Or in your trouble, keep on preparing. Keep on preparing. In your trouble, prepare. One of the brethren said something the other night, and I've said it before, and I've heard it said many times, but it's worth saying over and over again. The reason why many of you go through so much while you're here is because when you get out of here, you're going to have to minister to people who are going through a lot. And a lot of truth in that. So in your trouble, you keep preparing. And while you're preparing, remember your troubles. And a little bit later on, when you get up there and face a congregation and face 50 people that have the same thing, you'll know how to minister to them. You know what to tell them. In my trouble I have prepared for the house of the Lord 100,000 talents of gold, 1,000 talents of silver, and of brass and iron without weight. In all his trouble he didn't forget to store up some stuff for God. Gold and silver, iron and brass, not for himself, for the Lord. For it is in abundance. Timber also and stone have I prepared. Thou mayest add thereto. Moreover, there are workmen with thee in abundance. Now, happy is the young man that goes out in the ministry and gets some workmen. When I pray for you fellas, and I pray for Brother Varnabidian up there out west, and Brother Barr up there in the New England, and Brother Heaton up there in North Michigan, and Brother Baker over there in Carolina, and Brother McPherson down in New Orleans, and Brother Munn up there in Ohio, when I pray for those fellas, you know what I pray? And I pray almost the same thing every time I pray. I pray, Lord, this Sunday, send them some families, send them some men who will take the reproach and work with them and take a beating with them.
Amen, brother.
That's what a young fellow needs. You fellows starting out work, you know what you need out there in the pasture more than anything? You need 4 or 5 good men, or 20 or 30 if you can get them, who aren't ashamed to take the licking that you're going to take. I'll tell you, you can't stand the pulpit where I'm standing, talk like I'm talking, even how some of you talk, and get away with it. You're going to make enemies. Folks are going to hate your guts. They're going to talk about you when they leave. And what you need is some men that'll get in there and see what you're up to and get your vision and see what you're trying to do and say, okay, we'll take